Guys, welcome back to Comics on Comics. This is episode 4. We're reading One Piece. Really fucked it up last time. Audio's really bad. It's unsalvageable. Don't ask me about it.
This is the worst intro we've done because Oscar's doing it, but it's fine. Anyways, we read chapters 1 through 20. We're going to edit in the actual episode, which wasn't fucked up. We only fucked up the intro. Yeah. I have water all over my shirt. You'll see why later. It's almost like time travel.
It's like when a movie starts at the end.
Exactly.
We're doing this. We're reading One Piece once a month. That's the plan. That's what we're doing. That's the
If you
plan.
hate One Piece, log off now.
Yeah, we're going to read 20 chapters a month. Maybe. We'll see. Who knows? Nothing is final, guys.
We tried with the mics. It didn't. We have this. You see how it's unplugged? It's unplugged for a reason.
Yeah, I'll play a short clip of how bad it was here. But I think before we get into that, we need to address the elephant in the room.
Right. We're holding mics.
I'm wearing a gray sweater.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we didn't do it. Okay, goodbye.
Okay, we're back. I don't know what the edit's going to look like on that, guys. Sorry, but...
We want to address the elephant in the room. Max is wearing a blue shirt.
Yeah, we were trying stuff out with the mics. It didn't work.
Yeah.
I really don't know what you guys just watched, to be honest, because we don't know how the editor is going to choose to edit it.
There might be a 10-second gif of a dog spinning in a circle.
That, would be really cool. This is the old mic, by the way. It's now unplugged. Look at it. Anyways, chapters 1 through 20, which is in volume 1 of the manga, volume 2, and I could not find volume 3, but chapters 18, 19, and 20 are in volume 3. So I think we kind of read 2.5 arcs, technically speaking.
Well, we finished the last one, kind of.
Kind of.
We got to a satisfying conclusion.
Yeah, they don't mark it as ended, though, because this ends at 17 for whatever reason in volume 2. Also, I was looking into it, and this whole arc is actually one thing called East Blue, which lasts for a really long time. I don't know why. I don't know.
I'm sure we'll find out in like a year.
Yeah.
I think our current plan for this, by the way, we're going to read 20 chapters of this a month. I think every 4th episode is going to be a One Piece thing.
20 might not be the number. We might want to stick to it being an equal volume amount.
Maybe. Or we could boost it up to like 30. Or
whatever we have to get to make it so that it's not... I don't know. It's weird doing like half of a... Because then we can't say like vols.
Who really cares? I can just say chap.
That's true, chap.
Or CH.
CH. Dude, look at the clown. Look at Buggy.
Buggy is, yeah. I don't think he's white.
I don't think
he should be white.
Oh.
Yeah, he's fully white on the volume cover. Huh. I don't think we should get distracted by our physical comics too much. Because a lot of the editor is always saying that, like, there's, like, a good 5 minutes of every single episode where we're just looking at it and going, oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah, we're like, oh, we're just reading a comic book.
Not helpful for you guys.
Unless you have it in front of you, which you really should. It's kind of like, this is kind of like a lecture. You're really expected to come in with the reading.
They still don't know what we're looking at, though.
That's what professors do, though, half the time.
That's like if the professor was the only one who saw the slides.
It's really funny.
Yeah. I took a lot of notes. I don't know if you saw in the Discord.
I don't check your notes channel. You said that it's private. You said that if I checked it, you'd be insecure.
Yeah, well, I just did like a lot of live like chapter while I was reading it.
I don't know if you noticed, but
you had 1 or 2 things.
I refuse to take notes in my note channel.
I don't look at your note channel.
I took general notes because I don't feel the need to have personal notes.
No, but my personal notes were just like things I noticed while I was reading. I didn't want to forget.
I would never forget.
It's like 9/11 for you.
Read this yesterday.
One Piece, more like 9/11
I started it
Piece.
last week. I've been reading it throughout. I just don't forget.
You did not notice how funny what I just said was.
Yeah, no, I heard it. I just didn't have a reaction. I guess it's just because I don't really think about a lot of other stuff. I mostly just think about the stuff I'm reading, so I'm not that worried about it. You have like other stuff to do.
What, like
school life? Yeah. I was reading the Wikipedia for One Piece, and then I read all the linked Wikipedias. There's 15 movies, and I couldn't figure out if the movies just adapt arcs, or if the movies are like big season finales of the anime, or if they're just random. I couldn't figure it out. Do you have any idea?
Well, I have some idea.
Okay.
So the One Piece, you might notice the One Piece anime has 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
And you might notice that the One Piece manga has 1,020-page chapters.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
What the anime does when it catches up to the manga is it just makes up shit until it has enough material to start adapting again. So there's a lot. That's what filler is. So there's a lot of non-canon anime-only One Piece content.
I see.
And I think some of the movies are non-canon.
Like, I remember when One Piece Red was coming out. That was very recent. It was a big deal because it was an IMAX.
I don't know what that is.
It came out in 2022, I think, and Oda was, like, really involved in it.
That might have been canon, though.
And it was, like, a CG thing. Like, they used a lot of CG, so people were talking about it. I don't remember if people were pro or against it, but People were talking about it.
Well, it's interesting because even though there's so much filler in the One Piece anime,
people really like it.
My understanding is that it still is not caught up even remotely to the manga, which to me,
but how isn't
makes no
manga
sense.
only like 80 chapters ahead? If you think about the numbers,
it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I don't know
because there's literally 1,000 episodes of it.
Yeah,
in theory, it could be an episode.
No, but a 20-page chapter could not be a 20-minute episode. It's impossible.
I mean, if each panel's a frame.
No, if each panel's a frame, it would be a minute and a half.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense. Stop looking at my wall.
I'm just looking. I'm just thinking.
I think some framed pictures could be good. You know, like framed posters. I think those are a good aesthetic.
Really expensive.
Whatever, man.
Boost this show, guys. Oscar needs to get a framed picture.
I will get a framed Luffy poster if this gets 1 like on YouTube.
1 billion likes on YouTube.
If this gets 1 like on YouTube from someone I don't know, I'll get a framed Luffy poster.
That's cool. You're really committing hard after 20 chapters.
I liked it a lot.
Same.
I don't know about you, but I really
enjoyed reading it. Would not get a framed poster of it.
I don't fucking care, dude. Like, what am I to have to lose? I will have a cool thing.
I guess I don't find it cool enough yet to own.
It would be more attached to the memory than to One Piece.
Because you just love spending time with me talking about it.
I'm very sentimental.
I feel like I'm being too quiet, but the mic seems to be picking it up.
Yeah, you could use to shut the fuck up a little.
Wow. Moving on.
That's going to make a great clip for the highlight reel.
I reviewed the Wikipedia page that I was saying, and I feel like we don't do this enough. And since we're doing One Piece and we're, if all goes well, going to do this, well, not if all goes. The plan is to do this for probably years, frankly speaking, if the show doesn't end before One Piece ends. We're going to be doing this for years.
Sure, yeah. I mean, what's 1,000 divided by
4?
20.
20? I don't know. 4 weeks. I was really... a lot. It's a big number.
Yeah.
It's a really big... And we're not going to stay... I mean, we're going to take breaks, I'm assuming. Yeah, we're going to have to speed it up, frankly speaking.
There will be, maybe once a year we'll do One Piece month. Where we do 4 episodes that are just One Piece.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, I'm bringing this all up because we're going to be reading this for a while, so I want to do...
It'll be whatever month has National Pirate Day.
That makes sense. I'm sure that's a thing.
Yeah.
I want to do, background stuff. Just, fun facts and shit about the creation of it and also about Oda himself, because I think it puts everything into context as we talk about it further. Unless you don't want to do that.
Eiichiro Oda.
Which, by the way, is his real name. You said last week it wasn't. You've just been fact-checked. Or 2 weeks ago.
It's a general rule of thumb that most mangakas go by a pseudonym.
I know. I just like to say you've just been fact-checked.
You've been served. I wish RuPaul said that more.
It is the best-selling manga in history, obviously. This says manga, but I would assume it's the best-selling, comic.
Yeah, I don't think any Western comic has 500 million copies. 516,566,000 copies in circulation worldwide as of August 2022. So by now that's
an exact number.
Yeah. It's not rounded.
And that's August 2022, so by now it's probably at least another million, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's at least one more.
Well, the Netflix live action, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, it was real popular.
But I think it was mostly popular with One Piece fans.
It's also really popular in the States.
Yep.
It's one of the most popular manga in the States. Mm-hmm. It's translated within the same day. Mm-hmm. Really fast. He started it at 22.
Crazy.
It's been, 20 years? So he's 40 now.
I'm 19, and I could never make this.
No, I don't even get it. Now, since we were talking about how it's popular in America, Oda was very worried about how the work could be translated, which is interesting because you notice this in your notes. The One Piece, it uses a lot of onomatopoeia, right? Mm-hmm. Ta-da and stuff. So he was worried, because obviously those are different in Japanese.
Yeah.
And he wanted the same feeling to come across.
Yeah.
So for instance, Saw, the sound of light rain close to a mist, and Za, the sound of pouring rain, are both translated as fsh, which I guess technically conveys different emotions.
No.
I don't know that I can.
Actually the point here is other manga would just put it exactly as is, but there's extra care in this translation.
Right. Okay,
That's
I read
point
it totally wrong.
Yeah.
I understand now.
Yeah, they translate it incredibly well.
Yeah, he sleeps 3 hours a day, and he sees his family once a week.
Dude, if I was Oda's mom or dad, I would get it.
No, he's wife and kids.
I would get it.
I would, I guess I wouldn't not get it, but I wouldn't publicly advertise the fact that he bought them a mansion and he goes once a week for an hour or something. I'm not saying that he's a bad person. I know he works hard, but I wouldn't talk about it all the time. I wouldn't be I never see them.
He's living the life.
It doesn't seem that fun. Like, I would have just ended it by now. He should find the One Piece.
Yeah. Like, what? If I was his wife, I'd be a little bit mad.
I'd be like, where is it? Like, come on, it's in the sea, right? Like, it's in the ocean somewhere.
Like, just fucking end it already.
It's
like,
on a beach, maybe.
Come spend time with me. That's why Oda won't end it. He really doesn't like his wife.
He's gay. He does not want to come out.
That's true. This would have broken our streak of gayness.
Yeah,
but Oda's gay.
Also, this is not a overly straight comic.
It's not really.
It's very, very not sexual.
Yeah,
or romantic at all. Which actually I read is on purpose because
for children.
It's really for children.
And Luffy's a child.
And Oda cares a lot about that. He does not really want to change the target audience. I guess I don't know.
Well.
But I guess you grow with the series, obviously.
There's an interesting point to be made with that, where also Oda is, I don't know if you noticed, but the women in this manga were really poorly drawn.
Yeah.
There's two types of women in One Piece.
Not that many women, by the way.
Well, yeah. There's three in what we read.
Yeah.
Which, there wasn't that many characters yet. Oh, there really was. But anyway, there's two types of women in One Piece.
Yeah.
The smallest waist you've ever seen with huge boobs. Giant boobs. Yeah. Or ugly and fat.
Which is interesting because even though he draws the art well, like One Piece is known to have like some of the best art in mainstream manga.
Sure, I don't agree with that.
That's what people say.
I know people say that, but that's because
I don't get it.
One Piece is very fandomized.
I didn't think the art was bad by any means, but it was just normal.
No, but like the women, big issue.
Yeah,
but I will say. The art style, I think, is very effective for what Oda's trying to accomplish, but I wouldn't say this is the most well-illustrated manga ever.
I mean, maybe it evolves.
People who like One Piece like to act like everything about One Piece is the best thing ever. I really, really like this, but it's not it's not the best thing I've ever read in every aspect, although we don't know yet, I guess. There's parts of it I've read that are insanely good.
According to someone I know, my girlfriend's brother, he's read everything. He said it only gets good around chapter 400, so
that's crazy.
That's good to know.
The first 20 chapters were really good.
Yeah, but I mean, they weren't mind-blowing 1,000 chapters good. Dude, after the first 20 chapters, you would be... If the first 20 chapters released, and you're in charge of Shonen, you'd be like, yeah, let's greenlight that for 1,000 more.
No, obviously not. Okay. But I think there's a lot of things going on here that are subtle that make this really good. Yeah. Like, I can't understate how much I enjoyed this.
I really had a fun time reading it. And also, I just wanted to say that he said that he was very inspired by Dragon Ball. Really obvious. Didn't have to say that.
No.
You didn't get that?
No. It's obvious.
Yeah.
Dude, it's Goku and Luffy are like the same person.
He didn't have to say that.
No.
I knew it. I knew it from the first page.
But I don't think One Piece is striving for originality.
No.
It's not what the mission is.
Which is interesting also because, according to more stuff I read, he's apparently somehow the first person in Shonen, they're saying, that, thought about plots ahead of the week that they were writing it. And so, every series that has, detailed plots now, which I know is, a big deal now, is only because One Piece did it, which was mind-boggling to me, because what were they doing before? Just, hopefully it works out the next week?
No, they would just write themselves in corners and then find a way out.
It's really stupid.
Yeah, but they are under immense pressure. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's really dumb, though. Anyways.
I think...
Those are all the fun facts I have.
Can I say... This is a general thing about comics. I really think originality is overrated. People act like...
What?
Not... People act like if a comic is unoriginal, it can't be good. They're like, oh, this is derivative. Ergo, it is bad. But that is... I don't agree with that.
Well, I just think that people don't... I think we have a different issue. People don't know that, genre books... are just going to be genre books, so that doesn't mean it's bad.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, superhero, for example. That's just a genre. So, there are tropes of the genre.
Sure.
And if you don't like those tropes, then you don't like the books. It doesn't mean the books themselves bad.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that there's the same tropes in Shonen, where
there is,
all just kind of the same story, but you're just supposed to like the characters.
That's a big thing One Piece gets a lot of flack for, that it's derivative. It's a big thing Jujutsu Kaisen.
Derivative of what? Isn't it
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball.
And people get mad at Jujutsu Kaisen because it's derivative of Naruto and Bleach, but it's
who cares? I don't care.
Originality is not what makes these things enjoyable to read. I'm barely even reading this for the plot.
I couldn't tell you in depth what happened in the plot, honestly. They were just fighting people. They fought like 14 million people. Now I understand why it's called like battle manga.
Yeah.
They fought so many people. They just kept fighting people.
The whole thing is centered around fights.
I didn't know.
That's why it's not so hard to
really
not think ahead.
Oh, yeah. Also, yeah. You could just be like, oh, there's another henchman. You didn't beat him yet.
They're fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a giant lion in this. There was a lion in this. Big fan.
Big fucking asshole lion.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that dog.
I was kind of confused. Was the lion like a human controlled by the guy? Like, what was that?
No, the lion was just a lion.
It was just a lion and the guy was just there.
The guy just had like fur face.
Okay. Yeah. He was just wearing that.
Yeah.
He wasn't born like that.
No. That was his hair.
Okay.
It just said that was his hair.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because someone was like, you have a weird head. And he's like, no, this is just my hair.
It's just confusing because some people in this world have powers because they ate something and they actually have powers. And then some people are just normal people but are also just weird.
You are meant to believe that he is just an animal.
So he's just weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, that dog, it was so nice.
I really thought the dog was going to be a main character. I'm not going to lie to you.
Would have been
They
cool.
spent a lot of time with him.
But it was really sweet. I really liked the inclusion of that little dog.
Little dog. Choo-choo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Real good. Big fan.
I really have a lot to say about this. I want to talk about...
Oh, wait. We can't even... What do you think the book was about, Oscar?
I feel like you have to do this one. Because...
It's manga?
It's manga.
Okay, fine.
So what was this about?
I think it's about this guy named Luffy, who wants to be the best pirate of all time in a world which pirates are very much so a big deal. It seems to be the job for adventurers.
He wants to be the king of pirates.
He wants to be the king of pirates, and to do that he must find the hidden treasure of the One Piece.
It was the
other king of the pirates hid it.
The only other king of pirates.
The only other one.
There was one guy who was king of pirates.
The second you find the One Piece, you are the king of the pirates, I think.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Also, he needs to find... Right now, he needs to find a map to the Grand Line, and I guess at the end of the Grand Line is the One Piece or something?
That's what people think. I don't know.
But I assume that's not what it is, because 1,000 chapters is more than one map.
And then
it's a really big map.
He meets a pirate bounty hunter.
Oh, yeah.
A pirate hunter.
Keeps meeting people who hate pirates.
Yeah, Zoro.
Really hate pirates. Really fun.
He teams up with Zoro after he takes down a marine leader guy.
Which, they also met a marine guy that was like Luffy's age who really wanted to be in the Navy, I guess, and he joins the Navy, and I'm curious, do you think he comes back later?
I know he does.
They seem to foreshadow that he would, obviously. Yeah. And they're going to fight, I assume.
I know when he comes back, he's hot.
Okay.
Which is,
they're going to fight, I assume.
Yeah, but...
He literally joins the cops.
They're going to have respect for each other.
Sure, right, yeah. Very complex tensions at play.
There was a whole thing with, like, why Luffy wants to be a pirate, why he has his
hat. Why does he want to be a pirate? I think I missed that part.
Because Shanks was nice to him.
Yeah, who's Shanks again?
Shanks was a pirate who was staying in Luffy's village.
Right.
And Luffy looked up to Shanks.
Yes, okay.
And then ate his devil fruit.
Right. And then the straw hat is because Shanks wore it.
Shanks gave it to Luffy and said, keep this safe.
And we see, actually, something which is obviously going to come up a lot throughout this book, but the straw hat is a symbol. People, when they see the straw hat, like Buggy, the first main villain that we've seen, he knew Shanks.
Yeah.
And he especially hated that straw hat.
Yeah.
I think that's going to keep coming up.
I know later in the
People really don't like Luffy.
Later in the series, actually, like, the members of his crew are just called the Straw Hat.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Anyway, what was this really about? our cardinal bit.
This is not a very, like... I think it's just about, like, this sense of adventure and, like, being a kid and wanting to have the world.
I think there's
Which is, like, a universal feeling. You want to have, like... You want to be the best at what you want to do.
There's also a part of it where it's... I think it's somewhat about, like, self-actualization.
Yeah.
Like
achieving your dreams.
Yeah, like... living to your goals and living honestly.
Yeah.
You know?
But also, like, if we're being serious, it's about cool pirate fights. It's not really about that.
But if I had to pick, like, an underlying theme, it's just about people living their mission. And everyone's got their mission.
Definitely.
The people who don't really have missions are the villains. Like, fucking the Navy guy.
Well, that's also...
Buggy doesn't have a mission.
That's also the distinction that Oda's trying to make very clear between Luffy and the other pirates. Because everyone he meets, Zoro? Why did I think it was Zolo?
Okay. So, Japanese, L and R are the same. They don't have a difference. Actually, there's a very interesting tidbit about this. So, during World War II, when obviously we were not a big fan of Japanese people.
We were fighting it with them.
Yeah, in the army.
Us personally.
Yeah. They would have Japanese people in order to get into the camps to prove that you're, like, American and not
Japanese.
my
God, I didn't see where this is going. That's terrible.
They would make them say Lollapalooza and see if they could say it.
That was a word back then?
Yeah.
What
I don't know.
Okay.
But if they said it with R's instead of L's.
So his name is Zoro.
His name is Zoro.
Okay.
But you can also translate it as Zolo.
So
and the same thing
was
with
it mistranslated somewhere? I read it or something?
No. They're both correct.
Okay.
But Zoro's the one that's commonly accepted. And the same with his first name, Roanoa. Lola Noah.
Okay. I understand now. So yeah, like he hates pirates. And the other crew member that they recruit in these 20 chapters, Nami, who kind of annoyed me. She's kind of annoying. She's a thief who exclusively steals from pirates. Because clearly pirates, like, killed our family or whatever. So, but Oda wants to make it clear that, like, Luffy's not trying to be a bad pirate.
He's not a pirate's pirate.
He's not really he just really wants to fight in the One Piece.
He wants to be epic.
Yeah, he wants to be cool. He wants to be nice to people. He stays in this town, which he does not really have to do to save the town. Which was nice.
I love watching him beat the shit out of people.
He's really good at it, and he's really powerful. And I know that people online love to talk about power scaling and OP main character. I don't care. He's so cool. Who gives a fuck?
In one of these like volume editions, like Oda got a question that was like, "How far can Luffy stretch?" And in the bonus little inclusion, he said, "Yeah, Luffy can stretch 800 gum-gums." And then in a later one, someone was like, "What is 800 gum-gums?" And he just like made up a bunch of bullshit and never actually told you because Oda thinks power scaling is stupid.
It's dumb. Who gives a fuck for the story? The whole point of it is because it's a battle manga.
He was like, "Yeah, one gum-gum is 100 micro gum-gums." And it's like...
Oh, yeah, wait, he kind of said... I had a quote here, actually, that was kind of similar, where he was like, "I'm probably not going to draw the devil fruit because, like, I don't really care what it looks like. It doesn't make sense to see. He does not see why he would draw a devil fruit unless the fruit's appearance would entice one to eat it. And it's also, like, the names, the special attacks... And they're just puns. Yeah. Like, it's just supposed to be this, like, idiosyncratic, really quirky, weird world where pirates exist. Yeah. And they do a really good job at that.
Some water on your face.
Yeah, I got really excited about Luffy.
Yeah.
Stretchy powers, by the way? Maybe that has powers, honestly.
That's why Jake from Adventure Time has them.
Every character who has stretchy powers is a really good character.
One thing I want to talk about is contrasting this to the Sandman. You remember in The Sound of Her Wings... when Death just showed up and they would not tell you who it is until you figured it out? Yeah. Complete opposite here. The second the character shows up, it tells you what their name is, who they are, and how you're supposed to feel about them.
I mean, that's definitely something that...
No, I know. It's just
because it's not for... I mean, the same is for, like, adults.
No, I understand why. Okay. It's just interesting.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I love...
But they do it well.
I love the way he tells you how you're supposed to have a perspective on these characters.
I don't know, like, moral.
No. I don't know if you noticed this, but when a good guy gets introduced and they get a title card, it says Tada behind them.
Yeah, I noticed.
And when a villain gets introduced, it says Dadum, which is
I noticed.
Really good.
It's really funny.
It's great.
Yeah.
Like, and he's really good at just defining these moments in time where you just witness this person being introduced and they're like being placed in the manga, and then there's like a sound effect to make them ominous or to make them cheery or to make them likable.
Zoro is so cool.
Zoro's really cool, yeah.
He says rice ball when he does his attack.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's so cool. And I love the little author's note that it's translated. It does not mean rice ball in that world. It means something else.
Also, did you notice that in the publication it said on the top, "Read this way"?
Every page.
They fucking knew.
Like, every single page says that.
You know what that implies? They fucking knew.
Yeah.
They were like, this is going to be everyone's first manga, because this is the shit.
Well, Jujutsu Kaisen and JoJo do that for the first few chapters.
Really?
From what I remember when I read it, yeah.
I don't remember that happening in Jujutsu Kaisen.
I don't know if they do it on whatever edition you read, but I read it on the official shonen.
They don't do it, like, on Uzumaki or anything like that. Yeah. But they fucking know. They're like, this is going to be the shit. Yeah. Everyone's going to be reading this. It's going to be everyone's first manga. It's really
Viz loves to do that, too.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if you noticed this, but one thing I noticed when I was reading this is one of the most readable comics I've ever
read. Flew right through this.
It's like I always knew what was happening. Yeah. I never got confused.
There's no, again, it's not deep yet. I'm sure that's not what I mean. They're gonna add a lot of mythic.
No. Give it to me. I'm just talking about, I'm gonna flip to a random page, and every single, it's so, you can tell what's happening so easily.
Is that uncommon?
I literally, a lot of times when I read comics, even in like Sandman, it's just like going from one panel to another.
Sandman was confusing.
Going from one panel to another, sometimes it's just kind of hard to tell what's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
This never happened.
I did experience that a little bit with the other one. What was it? I Married My Best Friend.
Oh, yeah. This was so readable.
Yeah, it's really, you fly right through it.
Such a good job. Like, and Oda knows almost always exactly what to show you. And the way he shows facial expressions with, like, people's eyes popping out of their face, it's really effective. You know exactly what's going on between each of these panels.
I mean, it really feels like you're reading a cartoon. It's really fun.
He's like a master of his craft with this.
And the power, by the way, stretchy powers. People have talked about this a lot before in terms of like Mr. Fantastic and Miss Marvel, but stretchy powers are like the best use of comics as a form. The visual representation of someone stretching is like so cool, and it looks so cool in a comic book because it can stretch across the whole page.
Sure,
it's like the best visual power to show.
Yeah, and it gets you.
Someone just punching someone is like it's cool, but it's like
you get to do fun perspective work.
Yeah, and he does that a lot.
Right here.
Yeah.
No, like it's I really was enjoying how readable this was. It's just like he always knows exactly what to show you in order for you to get it. And I think that's something that you really can't understate the value of.
I also did like the sound effects.
The sound effects were really good.
Usually I don't like when a comic has this, like, there's a lot of sound effects in this comic, like, way more per panel than its average, I think. Yeah. Usually I don't like that, but it really worked, because it just... the whole vibe of the book is like not chaotic, but like
it's cartoonish.
Yeah, there's no rule. It's very unrestricted. It's just this is cool. We're gonna do it.
It feels very like Wile E. Coyote, Looney Tunes, which I think it's supposed to be.
Oh,
right?
Definitely.
Like it's doing a really good job.
That's why I kind of feel like I don't know if I'm gonna even like if we ever watch the anime.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll like it enough because the story's good.
If it's not as goofy, like
I just feel like even if it's as expressionist or whatever, it won't be as cool. I don't know.
Like this is just so good at being a comic.
Yeah,
I want to really express that, and it's like Oda is not afraid to just have huge blocks of text cover his drawing.
Yeah.
Because
which again is usually something which is like a big no-no in comics.
Right, but here it really works.
It does.
It adds to the readability and it adds to just the overall whimsical nature.
He also builds the world really fast. Really, like, I know okay, there's pirates. Like, that is just accepted basically instantly.
Yeah.
And by the way, all of his author notes, really good. Did you read it in volume form or like issue form?
I read it. I had all the author's notes.
Okay, yeah, they're really good. I really like. He was saying that he was inspired by like Viking shows.
Yeah,
that's so fun. Oh my god! Here's some facts about him.
Yeah,
he was born January 1st, 1975. What a birthday!
Wow,
that's so clean.
Blood type A.
That's so weird. Favorite animal: big gentle dogs, obviously. Favorite video game: Puyo Puyo. Hidden talent makes good coffee. That's not a talent. That's a stupid thing to say. Places he's been: Japan, America. His favorite real life pirate is Blackbeard. I wonder if we will. I do wonder if
I know there's a Whitebeard.
If they'll be like, I know like JoJo's does this a lot. They like reference American like pop culture and stuff. I wonder if this is gonna reference like pirate like pop culture, or if it's just gonna try to exist in its own universe, which I might prefer. I don't know. And interesting possessions. Legos, that's not interesting. Playmobil, that's not interesting. Figures, he writes manga, that's swords, okay. He's not that interesting of a guy.
No.
Gotta say that.
Hold on, I really need to find
Do you want me to just pull it up? I have the app too.
It's when Zoro is fighting with his second hand.
Just look for it. I don't know it.
No, I really want to find this.
No, we're doing the exact thing we said we shouldn't do.
No, but when does he...
How about you just describe it, what you're trying
Okay, during the fight scenes... Okay, I think one of the things that makes it so... This is going to be really nerdy. Are you okay with that?
On the comic podcast?
Yeah.
No, I don't think this is the appropriate place.
What Oda does to make his fights so readable is that there will be an action and then a reaction and then followed by the continuation of that action from a different angle. And if you are reading the fight scenes, not only does the camera angle change every single panel so you know what's going on and you're never disoriented by discrete movement, that's to say non-continuous movement, which obviously has to exist in manga. Especially during the Zoro versus second hand fight, there is a moment Zoro gets kicked in his wound, but he shows the reaction before the action in order for you to understand that, okay, this next panel that's coming, you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
It's really smart. He knows exactly what order to put events in, who to show, how to show it, what angle to show it from, every single time in order for it to make it understandable, impactful, and, like, just everything. It's so good. He is so masterfully manipulating the medium he is writing on. It is so impressive.
Right, yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah, I mean, it's very visually...
Illustrative,
right?
Because look, even like right here, he's constantly changing the camera angle, so you're never jarred by the fact that, oh, this is a comic.
Yeah, because there's also a lot going on every.
There's a lot going on,
page.
but like
it makes sense still.
A lot of comics do this. At manga, I don't know if this ever happens on Western comics, but there will be a panel of the guy starting a punch, and then the next panel is the same angle guy finishing the punch. So looks really bad.
Do you know why they do that? It's because it's easier to draw.
I know.
They just do it to be lazy. Well, not to be lazy. Sorry, that sounds mean. It's not their fault.
They do it to save time.
They do it to save time, which they need to do.
They're under immense pressure, but it makes the reading experience really bad because that looks bad.
Yeah, or like Western comics, what they'll do more is they'll just have like panels that are the exact same panel, but a background is swapped out. It's like, it's the same panel.
That doesn't happen a lot in manga.
Because there's not that many backgrounds.
Well, also because it's not digitized. Manga is written on paper.
Yeah, it depends upon the person. Some people draw on paper, but not as much on paper.
Yeah, well, it's just...
And coloring is almost all digitally, so it's easier.
Yeah, I really appreciate the fact that Oda takes the time to change the angle in order for you to understand the comic in a much more fluid means. It's really smart.
So when did this come out again?
The 90s, I think, right?
Yeah. It's interesting.
Wait, no, it couldn't have. He was born in 1999.
It was 75.
1975, okay.
And he started it when he was 22, so...
The 90s.
Yeah. So, like, contextually, what was manga like during the 90s? Do you know, or...?
I mean, not so much, although I do know Dragon Ball was really popular.
Like, Dragon Ball was the only one, really, right?
No, I don't think that.
That was, like, super popular.
There was a few smaller popular comics. I mean, Junji Ito was around back then doing some stuff. And there was... I haven't read a lot of really old manga, to be honest.
But the point of...
Oh, back then, Akira was huge.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, what I was really saying is just that, like, I don't... I have read a lot of 90s Western comics, which I'm not a fan of.
Actually, this did have the same drawing one time. It was when Luffy was chewing on his cage. It was the exact same panel, but it was really funny.
That was really dumb, by the way, and I loved it. There is, like, a full, 4 chapters of this where the problem is that Luffy, who can do anything whenever he wants ever, is stuck in a cage because they can't find the key.
And he could just leave whenever he wants.
They drag him across the entire town in the cage.
It's really funny.
It's really stupid, and I loved it. But, anyways, it just reads like a really modern comic. Like, it doesn't feel... It's very timeless, the art style. A lot of Western 90 comics are not timeless. And that's where I'll leave it, because we don't have to go into that right now.
I had a lot of fun reading this. I really loved it. I'm going to look at my notes.
You ever read a Rob Liefeld Heroes Reborn book? Any, 90s X-Men stands out there? Leave a comment below.
I also noticed one thing Oda really likes to do is he likes to put the calm before the storm. But he does this very intensely and very often. Like, even on the same page, it'll be like, in the middle of a fight, there'll just be like a panel of like the wind and then just the most insane thing you've ever seen. Or just like people standing around and then a huge thing happens.
I do wonder if he's going to have like issues of just like character work, because obviously there's so many issues in this series. I don't know if I could handle every issue being a fight.
I think they're all fights.
Hopefully they're all good then.
Well, we're only going to read 20 a month.
All fights? How do you even do that?
I don't think you understand Battle Shonen.
Is it cool every time?
Well, there's 2 approaches. There's Villain of the Week, which is what JoJo's did.
Yeah, I
JoJo's invented Villain of the Week.
For manga?
For manga.
It was like a thing in TV shows forever.
Well, JoJo started in 1983.
Yeah, it's
really
not
old.
invent Villain. How does it still... Wait, does it have less chapters than this?
JoJo's?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot less.
He took breaks.
Yeah, but also, for a long time, JoJo's has been monthly. And technically, they're different serializations.
Right.
So, anyway,
Villain of the Week, or...
Oh, or you can do the thing Dragon Ball does, where you fight the same guy for, like, a year.
That's definitely what this is.
Yeah.
Because this is called East Blue.
Like,
obviously that means something.
They're fighting for a really long time. The same people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get over it.
You know how long fucking Goku versus Frieza is, dude?
Yeah, I remember.
It's crazy.
I watched it as a kid. I mean, I watched the first season of Hunter, and that was, like, Villain of the Week, but also, like, he was fun. I did not... Have you seen Hunter or engaged in Hunter?
I've not seen Hunter.
I don't like it.
I would probably like it.
Really don't get it.
Jujutsu Kaisen is very derivative of Hunter.
Really don't get the appeal. At all. Dude. Oh my god. Anyways.
What?
Nothing. I really didn't get that.
I love how he does the same facial expression over and over again, where they just like have their mouth.
I want to talk about this. Oda really likes shading.
Yeah, but he only does it sometimes.
He really knows how to shade.
Yeah,
he really knows how to shade.
You can tell when he has some extra time.
Yeah,
he likes shading. Instead of seeing his wife and kids, he goes and shades.
He goes and shades this person's shoe.
Yeah,
it looks really good though.
When I was reading it, I was like, on my laptop, it was like 1 a.m. or something. I was like, is my computer fucking up?
No, same. I was reading it like 1 a.m.
And I was like,
why is it so dark right now?
Yeah, like what's happening?
He really likes to shade.
Guys, if you haven't read One Piece, check it out.
Pretty good.
It's really fun.
Obviously it's an investment, you know, which I don't think is necessarily a problem.
It's really cute. Dude, it was really cute when they were like, here's how to draw the pirate.
Yeah. It's very cute. It's a really cute series. I'm so curious about how it's so sustainable though, because like, if it's still targeted towards the age group of Shonen Jump, what is the expectation that you catch up, or do you just start reading it?
You start reading it whenever you want.
Yeah.
And, you know,
that's what it was.
Some kids just like jump into it.
That's what I do. Like, I haven't read every. I just started reading X-Men. What do you think is the ratio between people who have just read from where they started and people who have read from the beginning?
In Japan, I think most people just read from where it's going.
Yeah, because it's just their like activity.
And here, I think most people start from the beginning.
Yeah, because you're not going to pick up a random volume of the books in the bookstore. That kind of stupid. But anyways, this has been episode 4.
I feel like we got up to seriously less antics.
Yeah, because we I think the One Piece episodes are going to be like that because we really want to get through them. We have a lot to say. We're reading a lot of issues.
Although, when it comes to making here's 2 people who have... Max just spilled water all over themselves. Oh my god.
But anyways, this has been episode 4 of Comics on Comics and episode 1 of our One Piece read-through.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll tweet out what we're reading for everyone who loved our Twitter and definitely engages with it.
Guys, follow us on Twitter. Follow us. We didn't make an Instagram.
No, we're not. I feel like I don't want to.
What is the good of Reels? To reach people like...
People
like Caroline.
Really like Reels.
Maybe we should make an Instagram.
I don't know.
Follow us on TikTok. That's really the main one.
Follow us on TikTok. Because, like, this TikToks we're posting, they're really funny.
They're really funny.
It's like, if you like the jokes we do...
You hate comics. But you like our jokes.
Not everyone has time to watch, like, an hour, right? Yeah. That's totally fine.
Watch
TikTok is really funny. It's a really good sampling of our style.
Of our humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what it is, it's our humor with another layer of our humor applied to it.
There is no filler, like in the One Piece anime.
But I also
no filler.
The editing style.
Oh, yeah, the editing style is really fun.
Yeah. Okay. Follow us on everything, like the video.
If you see this, by the way, please comment thanks to the editor on all of our TikToks.
All of the TikToks?
One of our...
the most recent TikTok.
Make sure to thank the editor whenever you watch. The editor feels really underappreciated recently.
Yeah.
Because no one knows their name.
And never will.
Nope. They're not paid, and we feel like if we name them, then they start to think that they...
have rights.
Yeah, which is really not true.
Made them sign an NDA.
Yeah. In fact, I don't even know if I know their name. Oscar's the only one that's communicated with them.
I keep them in a little crate under my bed.
Oscar just found them, and I'm like, oh, okay. I got a link to an MP3 file with the show, and I'm like, all right.
You want to play rock paper scissors?
Yeah. That has never happened before. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Yeah.
Wait.
What?
Are we forgetting something?
Follow us on socials, like, review if you want, if you're listening to it on Spotify. No. Compliment our camera. We worked really hard on this setup. We want people to like it. We didn't work that hard.
I don't think we forgot anything.
No, we didn't forget anything.
Bye.